Hello everyone, this is Asra Sultana, Assistant Professor in Triple Department, working in ISL Engineering College. I am taking the subject Power System 2 for Triple third year students. Last class we have started with the topic Corona. Today's class we are going to see the numericals. So we will see the numericals on critical destructive voltage. Okay. So as I said earlier, so yesterday's class I have shown you the equation of critical disruptive voltage. So we will see the derivation of that critical disruptive voltage and numericals on critical disruptive voltage also we are going to see. Okay. So let us see what we have seen in the today's class or in last class. So we have seen what is corona. So whenever an alternating voltage or potential difference is applied across two conductors whose spacing is large as compared to the diameters, then there is no apparent change in the condition of atmospheric air surrounding the wires if the applied voltage is low. However, whenever the applied voltage will exceed certain value called as critical disruptive voltage, conductors will be surrounded by a faint violet glow called as corona. If the voltage is low, there is no problem, students. Whenever voltage is becoming higher than some voltage that is called as critical disruptive voltage, then the conductors will be surrounded by a faint violet glow which is called as corona. Phenomenon of corona is accompanied by hissing sound, production of ozone, power loss and radio interference. Higher the voltage is raised, higher and higher the luminous envelope becomes and greater are the sound, the power loss and the radio noise. If the applied voltage is increased to breakdown value, flashover will occur between the conductors due to breakdown of air insulation. So what exactly is corona? Corona is nothing but phenomena of violet glow, hissing noise and production of ozone gas in an overhead transmission line. If the conductors are polished and smooth, corona glow will be uniform throughout the length of the conductors. Otherwise, rough points will appear brighter. With DC voltage, there will be difference in the appearance of the two wires. Positive wire will be having uniform glow, while the negative conductor will be having a spotty glow. Some ionization is always present in air due to cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, and radioactivity. Therefore, under normal conditions, air around the conductors will contain some ionized particles, which can be free electrons, positive ions, and neutron molecules. So, when we see the theory of corona formation, so whenever a potential difference is applied between the conductors, potential gradient is set up in the air, which will have maximum value at the conductor surfaces. Under the influence of potential gradient, the existing free electrons will acquire greater velocities. Greater the applied voltage, greater will be the potential gradient and more will be the velocity of free electrons. So what we are telling here is that if the applied voltage is more, potential gradient will be more and more will be the velocity of free electrons. When a potential gradient at the conductor surface will reach about 30 kilovolt per centimeter, velocity acquired by the free electrons will be sufficient to strike a neutral molecule with enough force to dislodge one or more electrons from it. This will produce another ion and one or more free electrons which in turn are accelerated until they collide with other neutral molecules, thus producing other ions. So the process of ionization is cumulative. Result of this ionization is that either the corona is formed or the spark will take place between the conductors. Factors affecting corona: atmosphere, conductor size, spacing between conductors and line voltage. As corona is formed due to ionization of air surrounding the conductors, so it is affected by the physical state of atmosphere. In the stormy weather, the number of ions is more than the normal, and as such corona occurs at much less voltage as compared with fair weather. So how does the conductor size affect? Corona effect depends upon the shape and conditions of the conductor. Rough and irregular surface will give rise to more corona because unevenness of surface will decrease value of breakdown voltage. Standard conductor has irregular surface and hence give rise to more corona than a solid conductor. Spacing between conductors. If the spacing between the conductors is made very large as compared to the diameters, there may not be any corona effect. It is because a larger distance between the conductors will reduce electrostatic stresses at the conductor surface, thus avoiding corona formation. Line voltage. Line voltage will greatly affect corona. If it is low, there is no change in condition of air surrounding the conductors and hence no corona is formed. However, if the line voltage has such a value that electrostatic stresses developed at the conductor surface will make the air around the conductor conducting, then corona will be formed. Important terms: critical disruptive voltage, visual critical voltage and power loss due to corona. Critical disruptive voltage. It is the minimum phase neutral voltage at which corona will occur. Let us consider two conductors of radii r centimeter and they are spaced d centimeter apart. V is the phase neutral potential. Their potential gradient will be given as V by R log d by R base E volts per centimeter. So value of G must be made equal to breakdown strength of air in order that corona is formed. So breakdown strength of air at 76 centimeter pressure and temperature of 25 degrees centigrade will be maximum 30 kilovolt per centimeter, or mechanical design of overhead lines is 183.21.2 kilovolt per centimeter and is denoted by G naught. So now the G naught is becoming Vc by R log d by R base E volt per centimeter. G naught is nothing but breakdown strength of air at 76 centimeter of mercury and 25 degrees centigrade. Critical disruptive voltage Vc is becoming equal to G naught R log d by R base E. Above expression for disruptive voltage is under standard conditions, that is 76 centimeter of mercury and 25 degrees centigrade of temperature. However, if these conditions vary, air density will also change, thus altering the value of G naught. So G naught will be directly proportional to air density. So breakdown strength of air at a barometric pressure of B centimeter of mercury and temperature of T degrees centigrade will become delta into G naught, where delta is air density factor 3.92 B by 273 plus T. Under standard conditions, value of delta is 1. So now critical disruptive voltage is Vc is G naught delta R log base E d by R. So correction must be made for the surface condition of the conductor. This is accounted for by multiplying the above expression by irregularity factor m naught. Now critical disruptive voltage will become Vc is m naught G naught delta R log base E d by R kV per phase. M naught is 1 for polished conductors, 0.9 to 0.92 for dirty conductors and 0.87 to 0.8 for standard conductors. So this was students from VK Mehta book which I have said in the previous class. In today's class, derivation of critical disruptive voltage we will derive from the book Electrical Power Systems by C.L. Vadhva. Okay. So consider a single phase transmission line as shown in the figure. Let R be the radius of each conductor and D be the distance of separation such that D is very greater than R. D is nothing but what here distance of separation and R is the radius of each conductor. So D is very greater than R we are telling here, and since it is a single phase transmission line, let Q be the charge per unit length on one of the conductors and hence minus Q on the other. If the operating voltage is V, potential of conductor A with respect to neutral plane N will be V by 2 and that of B will be minus V by 2. Let us consider a point P at a distance x where we want to find the electric field intensity. So what we are doing here, we are considering a single phase transmission line which is shown in the figure. And R is the radius of each conductor and D is the distance of separation and D is very more than R. Since it is a single phase transmission line, let Q be the charge per unit length on one of the conductors and hence minus Q on the other. On one conductor charge is Q and on another conductor charge is minus Q. If the operating voltage is V, potential of conductor A with respect to neutral plane N will be V by 2 and that of B will be minus V by 2. So if the voltage is here, it will be V by 2, here it will be minus V by 2. So we are considering a point P here, point P at a distance x, where we want to find the electric field intensity. Bring a unit positive charge at P. The field due to A will be repulsive and that due to B will be attractive. Thereby, electric field intensity at P due to both the line charges will be additive, and it will be Ex is equal to Q by 2 pi epsilon x plus Q by 2 pi epsilon d minus x. That will be equal to Q by 2 pi epsilon common if you take 1 by x plus 1 by d minus x. The potential difference between the conductors is V is equal to minus of integral d minus r to r Ex dx. That is r integral r to d minus r Q by 2 pi epsilon 1 by x plus 1 by d minus x dx. That is q by 2 pi epsilon naught. Ln is log here, natural logarithm. Ln x minus ln d minus x. So q by 2 pi epsilon 2 ln d minus r by r. That is q by 2 pi epsilon ln d minus r by r. Since r is very small compared to d, so d minus r can be really take equal to d. So d minus r we are replacing it by d because r is very less than d. So v equal to q by pi epsilon naught ln d by r. Now gradient at point x from the center of the conductor A is given as Ex is equal to q by 2 pi epsilon 1 by x plus 1 by d minus x. That is q by 2 pi epsilon d by dx into d minus x. Substituting q from the above equation, q will be given as pi epsilon naught v by ln d by r. So now Ex will become equal to pi epsilon naught pi epsilon naught v by ln d by r into 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into d by d minus x. That is equal to v by 2 ln d by r, that is into d by x into d minus x, that is v dash d by x into d minus x ln d by r. V dash is the line to neutral voltage of the system. In case of three-phase system, V dash will be equal to VL by root 3, and VL is the line to line voltage here. So from the expression for gradient, it is clear that for a given transmission system, gradient will increase as x decreases. That is, gradient is maximum when x is equal to r, the surface of the conductor, and this value is given as G max is equal to ER, that is E max, that is V dash d by R into d minus R ln d by R, or that is approximately equal to V dash by R ln d by R, or V dash is R G max ln d by R. Critical disruptive voltage is defined as the voltage at which complete disruption of dielectric will occur. This voltage corresponds to the gradient at the surface equal to breakdown strength of air. This dielectric strength is normally denoted by G naught, and it is equal to 30 kV per centimeter peak at NTP, that is 25 degrees centigrade and 76 centimeter of mercury. At any pressure. At any other temperature and pressure, G naught will be equal to G naught into delta. Delta is the air density correction factor, and it is given as 3.92 B by 273 plus T. B is the barometric pressure in centimeter of Hg, and T is the temperature in degrees centigrade. So therefore, critical disruptive voltage is given as V dash R into G naught delta ln d by R kV. So in deriving the above expression, an assumption is made that conductor is solid and the surface is smooth. For higher voltages, ACSR conductors will be used, and cross section of such a conductor is a series of arcs of circles, each of much smaller diameter than the conductor as a whole. Potential gradient for such a conductor will be in consequence will be greater than for equivalent smooth conductor, so that breakdown voltage for a stranded conductor will be somewhat less than that for a smooth conductor. Irregularities on the surface of such a conductor will be increased further because of the deposition of dust and dirt on its surface, and the breakdown voltage is further reduced. An average value for the ratio of breakdown voltage for such a conductor and a smooth conductor lies between 0.85 to unity, and it is denoted by M naught. So suitable values of M naught are given. Polished wires, it is the value of M naught is 1. For roughened or weathered wire, 0.98 to 0.93. For 7 strand cable, 0.87 to 0.83. For large cables with more than 7 strands, 0.9 approximately. The final expression for critical disruptive voltage after taking into account the atmospheric conditions and the surface of the conductor is given as V dash is R G naught delta M naught ln d by R kilovolt. When the voltage applied corresponds to the critical disruptive voltage, corona phenomena will start, but it is not visible because charged ions in the air must receive some finite energy to cause further ionization by collisions. For a radial field, it must reach a gradient G naught GV at the surface of the conductor to cause a gradient G naught a finite distance away from the surface of the conductor. The distance between GV and G naught is called as energy distance. According to Peake, this distance is equal to R plus 301 root R for two parallel conductors and R plus 0.308 root R for coaxial conductors. So from this it is clear that GV is not constant as G naught is, and it is a function of the size of the conductor. Now the value for G naught we are writing. GV is equal to G naught delta into 1 plus 0.3 by root RS kV per centimeter for two wires in parallel. If VV is the critical visual disruptive voltage, then VV is GVR ln d by R, or GV is equal to VV by R ln d by R, that is G naught delta 1 plus 0.3 by root R delta, or VV is R G naught delta into 1 plus 0.3 by R root R delta into ln d by R kilovolt. In case irregularity factor is taken into account, then VV is this one 21.1 MV delta 1 plus 0.3 by root R delta ln d by R. R is the radius in centimeter and irregularity factor MV has the following values: 1 for polished wire, 0.98 to 0.93 for rough conductor, 0.72 for local corona on standard conductors. Let us see the numericals. These numericals are also from this book Vadha. Find the critical disruptive voltage and the critical voltages for local and general corona on a three-phase overhead transmission line consisting of three stranded copper conductors spaced 2.5 meter apart at the corners of an equilateral triangle. Air temperature and pressure are 21 degrees centigrade and 73.6 centimeter Hg respectively. The conductor diameter and irregularity factor and surface factors are 10.4 mm, 0.85, 0.7 and 0.8 respectively. Let us see the solution of this numerical. Critical disruptive voltage VD is equal to 21.1 M delta R ln d by R. Delta value we know 3.92 B by 273 plus T. Substitute the values. B is given as 73.6. T is given as 21. We are going to get the value of delta as 0.9813. Substitute all the values here. VD is 21.1 into M is 0.85. Delta is 0.9813. R is 0.52. ln D is 250 and R is 0.52. VD is we are getting as 56.5 kilovolt. Or line to line voltage is multiplied by root 3, 97.89 kilovolt. Visual critical voltage is given as VV is 21.1 M delta R into 1 plus 0.3 by root R delta ln d by R, where M is 0.7 for local corona and 0.8 for decided corona. Root R into delta is 0.71433 we calculated. VV is 21.1 into 0.7 into 0.9813 into 0.52 into 1 plus 0.42 ln d by R. Substitute all the values. We are going to get the value of VV, that is visual critical voltage, as 66.07 kilovolt. Line to line voltage will be 66.0725 root 3, that is 114.44 kilovolt. Visual critical voltage for general corona will be 114.44 into 0.8 by 0.7, that is 130.78 kilovolt. Another numerical. Conductor with 2.5 cm diameter is passed centrally through a porcelain bushing. Epsilon R is 4, having internal and external diameters of 3 cm and 9 cm respectively. Voltage between conductor and an earth clamp surrounding the porcelain is 20 kV RMS. Determine whether the corona will be present in the airspace around the conductor. Let G1 max be the maximum gradient on the surface of the conductor and G2 max is the maximum gradient on the inner side of the porcelain. G1 max is given as Q by 2 pi epsilon naught R and G2 max is given as Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon R R1. G1 max R is equal to G2 max epsilon R into R1. So G1 max is we are going to get as 4.8 G2 max, or G2 max is G1 max by 4.8. 20 is equal to G1 max R into ln 1.5 by 1.25 plus G2 max into 1.5 ln 4.5 by 1.5. we are going to get the value as 0.570 G1 max. G2 max is 0.570 G1 max, or G1 max is 20 by 0.570, that is 35 kilovolt per centimeter. Since the gradient exceeds 21.1 kilovolt per centimeter, corona will be present. So this is the maximum value. After this value, if we are getting the voltage value, then we can say that corona will be present. Next numerical, determine the critical disruptive voltage and corona loss for a three-phase line operating at 110 kV, which has conductor of 1.25 cm diameter, arranged in a 3.05 meter delta. Assume air density factor of 1.07 and dielectric strength of air to be 21 kV per centimeter. Solution is disruptive critical voltage V is 21 M delta R ln d by R. Substituting all the values, all the values are given in the question. So V will become, that is disruptive critical voltage will become 87 kilovolt. If we have to find line to line voltage, multiply this value by √3, that is we are getting it as 150.6 kilovolt. Since the operating voltage is 110 kilovolt, corona loss will be absent, because maximum value of voltage is 110 kilovolt. So it is below that value. So no corona is absent. Corona loss is 0. Next numerical, a single phase overhead line has two conductors of diameter 1 cm with a spacing of 1 meter between centers. If the dielectric strength of air is 21 kilovolt per centimeter, determine the line voltage for which corona will commence on the line. Solution, the disruptive critical voltage phase voltage Vd is given as 21 delta R ln d by R. So 21.1 into 0.5 into ln 100 by 0.5. It is, we are going to get the value of Vd as 55.6 kilovolt. Visual critical voltage is nothing but, in case of parallel conductors, corona globe does not begin at the disruptive voltage but at a higher voltage, which is visual critical voltage. Okay. So we have seen the formula for this visual critical voltage, NV G naught delta R into 1 plus 0.3 by root delta R log d by R base E kilovolt per phase. Power loss due to corona P is 242.2 F plus 25 by delta root R by D V minus Vc whole square into 10 power minus 5 kilowatt per kilometer per phase. F is the supply frequency, P is the phase neutral voltage, Vc is the disruptive voltage. Advantages and disadvantages of corona. Corona has many advantages and disadvantages. In the correct design of a high voltage overhead line, balance should be struck between advantages and disadvantages. Advantages are, due to corona formation, air surrounding the conductor will become conducting and virtual diameter of the conductor is increased. Increased diameter will reduce the electrostatic stresses between the conductors. Second advantage is, corona will reduce the effect of transients produced by the surges. Disadvantages. First one, corona is accompanied by loss of energy. This will affect the transmission efficiency of the line. Second is, ozone is produced by corona and may cause corrosion of the conductor due to chemical action. Third is, current drawn by the line due to corona is non-sinusoidal and hence non-sinusoidal voltage drop occurs in the line, and this may cause inductive interference with neighboring communication lines. Methods of reducing corona effect. So intense corona effects can observed at a working voltage of 33 kilovolt or above. So careful design should be made to avoid corona on the substations or bus bars rated for 33 kV and higher voltages. Otherwise, highly ionized air may cause flashover in the insulators or between the phases, causing considerable damage to the equipment. Corona effects can be reduced by the following methods. First one is by increasing the conductor size. So by increasing conductor size, voltage at which corona occurs will be raised and corona effects will be reduced considerably. So this is one of the reasons that ACSR conductors which have a higher or larger cross-sectional area is used in transmission lines. By increasing conductor spacing. By increasing the spacing between conductors, voltage at which the corona occurs will be raised and hence corona effects can be eliminated. Spacing cannot be increased too much, otherwise cost of supporting structure will increase to a considerable extent. So let us see a few more numericals. Three-phase line has conductors 2 cm in diameter spaced equilaterally 1 meter apart. If the dielectric strength of air is 30 kV maximum per centimeter, find the disruptive critical voltage for the line. Take air density factor delta is 0.952 and irregularity factor M0 is 0.9. Solution. See students, all these numericals are important for final exam point of view. So you have to practice the numericals. Okay. Solution. Let us see conductor radius R is 2 by 2 1 centimeter. Conductor spacing is D is 1 meter. That is 1 meter is 100 centimeter. Dielectric strength of air G0 is 30 kilovolt per centimeter. That is 21.2 kilovolt RMS per centimeter, and disruptive critical voltage equation is VC is M0 G0 delta R log D by R kilovolt. So substitute the values. All the values are given in the question. So G0 is taken in kilovolt per centimeter. So VC will be in kilovolt. Okay. So VC is equal to 0.9 into 21.2 into 0.952 into 1 into log 100 by 1. So VC we are getting it as 83.64 kilovolt per phase. Line voltage RMS value is root 3 into 83.64 144.8 kilovolt. Next numerical. A 132 kilovolt line with 1.956 centimeter dia conductors is built so that corona takes place if the line voltage exceeds 210 kilovolt. If the value of potential gradient at which ionization occurs can be taken as 30 kilovolt per centimeter, find the spacing between the conductors. Solution. Assuming the line is three-phase, conductor radius R is 1.956 by 2, that is 0.978 centimeter. Dielectric strength of air G0 is 30 by root 2, that is 21.2 kilovolt per centimeter. Disruptive voltage per phase VC is 210 by root 3, that is 121.25 kilovolt. Assuming smooth conductors, that is irregularity factor M0 is 1 and standard pressure and temperature for which air density factor delta is 1. Let d centimeter be the spacing between the conductors. Therefore, disruptive voltage RMS per phase is VC is M0 G0 delta R log base E d by R kilovolt. So substituting all the values, 121.25 is 20.733 log base E d by R, or log d by R base E is equal to 121.25 by 20.733, 5.848, or 2.3 log base 10. If you take base 10, 2.3 log base 10 d by R is equal to 5.848. Log d by R base 10, 5.48 divided by 2.3, 2.5426, or d by R is anti-log 2.5426. So d by R is 348.8. Conductor spacing is 348 into 8 into R value is 0.978. So 341 centimeter. Next numerical. A three-phase 220 kilovolt 50 Hz transmission line consists of 1.5 centimeter radius conductor spaced 2 meters apart in equilateral triangular formation. If the temperature is 40 degrees centigrade and atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter, calculate the corona loss per kilometer of the line. Take M0 is 0.85. Let us see the solution. Corona loss is given as P is equal to 242.2 by delta into F plus 25 into root R by D V minus Vc whole square into 10 power minus 5 kilowatt per kilometer per phase, and delta value is 3.92 B by 273 plus T. Substitute all the values, you are going to get the value of delta is 0.952, and assuming that G0 is 21.2 kilovolt per centimeter of RMS value, and therefore critical disruptive voltage per phase is VC is M0 G0 delta R log D by R base E kilovolt. So substitute all the values, we are going to get the value of VC as 125.9 kilovolt. If you want per phase values, then divide by root 3, 220 by root 3, that is 127 kilovolt. Substituting the above values in the corona loss formula, we are going to get it as P is equal to 0.01999 kilowatt per kilometer per phase. Therefore, total corona loss per kilometer per 3 phases is multiplied by 3. So, we are going to get it as 0.05998 kilowatt. Next numerical. A certain 3-phase equilateral transmission line has a total corona loss of 53 kilowatt at 106 kilovolt and a loss of 98 kilowatt at 110.9 kilovolt. What is the disruptive critical voltage? What is the corona loss at 113 kilovolt? The power loss due to corona for three phases is given as P is equal to 3 into 242.2 into F plus 25 by delta root R by D V minus Vc whole square into 10 power minus 5. So as F, delta R and D are the same for two cases, so P can be proportional to V minus Vc whole square. For the first case, P is 53 kilowatt and V is 106 by root 3, 61.2 kilovolt. For second case, P is 98 kilowatt and V is 110.9 by root 3, that is 64 kilovolt. So 53 is proportional to 61.2 minus Vc square and 98 is proportional to 64 minus Vc whole square. Dividing these two equations, we are going to get the value of Vc as 54 kilovolt. Let W kilowatt be the power loss at 113 kilovolt and W is proportional to 113 by root 3 minus Vc square, that is 65.2 minus 54 square, or W by 53 dividing 3 by 1. W by 53 is equal to 65.2 minus 54 square by 61.2 minus 54 square. So it is 128 kilowatt. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope today's class is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, students. Thanks for watching the video. All the students should practice the numericals in your notebooks.